Kuzuzangpo and a very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week. I am Namgyo Wangchuk and our top stories for this week. His Majesty the King granted Das to 5 new Gups who were elected during local government by-election. His Holiness the J. Khenpo consecrated a Sidok Chwete and Shivalaya Mandi in Samsi. And new Trompists were elected for Thimphu, Gelifu and Phuntsling Tromdes. His Majesty the King granted Das to 5 new Gups who were elected during local government by-election. The new Gups are Rinzin from Dramitse Gyeok in Mongar, Nyimdoji from Gakiling Gyeok in Ha, Prem Bahadur Gale from Tading Gyeok in Samsi, Sonam Dindup from Langthil Gyeok in Trongsa and Padam Singh Mongar from Dekiling Gyeok in Sarpang. The by-elections were held last year. The participants of the 3rd Winter Youth Engagement Program at Gyalpushing received a specially recorded video message from His Majesty the King during the closing ceremony. The ceremony was held on 20th of this month with nearly 700 girls from the 6 Eastern Dzongkhaks participating in the program.
His Royal Highness Kesap Jimmy Doji Wangchuk graced the closing ceremony of the 3rd Winter Youth Engagement Program. His Royal Highness the Gesap shared His Majesty's far-sighted visions, extraordinary concern and unconditional love for the youth in general and the girls in the camp in particular. The students then listened to His Majesty the King's video message, specially recorded for the girls participating in the camp.
Lotar jindu pa winter girls camp di ngaragi gutsu bendigi the kaneva khacho wechajak the lotar jindu lagabera pa gepshin luche bumsu chaba onil the dijiboda di ngara hu misnimal the kachibe hu masubine the charagi ha gomenal
Tengachi boom disu anzumchi ki lerim dinalu chamama to doshi beochin dotungachi ikhalifa kauchi de bongchi shunila demio ngada rimbuchi chogi ngachi boom disulu jambo da tseogi konle animchi ngachilu japchuna midilu tengachi boom disenam sem ga izi shunila.
After coming here, actually at first we were like empty vessels which sounds most. So after reaching here, now I can say that we are confident enough to face any challenges, and I came to realize I'm no more backward, shy and all. Now I can say that I'm very confident to face any situation.
Tengachi lobdana mabi mi disu kera nalu be dele rixel der mado kera nalu jin dele ngadi kera ni rixel mado leshi thopchi shunila.
The Winter Youth Engagement Program is a visionary winter camp program designed to enrich and empower girls from Eastern Bhutan. The program was initiated upon the royal command of His Majesty the King in 2014. It was initiated for the students who spent their winter vacation working to supplement their family income and support their own education. The camp is focused on strengthening their English and building social skills. His Royal Highness the Gesap granted Royal Sera, including cash to all the students to meet their educational expenses in this academic year from His Majesty the King. Hope Manamge in Kanglung, Dojitama BBS News.
His Holiness the J. Khenpo consecrated a Sidok Chwete and Shivalaya Mandi in Samsi. Both were built to commemorate the 60th birth anniversary of His Majesty the 4th Drukyalpo last year.
His Holiness the J. Khenpo consecrated the Sidok Chwete this morning. The marble stupa was built through contributions from Rabde, civil servants and armed force personnel of Samsi. The 30-feet stupa, built at a cost over 7 million yutam, is the first of its kind, carved entirely out of marble in the country. It took less than 8 months to complete and housed a Buddha's relic as one of the Nantes, which was donated by Juntasa. In the afternoon, His Holiness the J. Khenpo consecrated the Shivalaya Mandir. The Shivalaya Mandir was rebuilt upon the command of His Majesty the King as a gift to the people of Samse to commemorate the royal wedding and the 60th birth anniversary of His Majesty the 4th Drukyalpo. The 28 million Yutam Shivalaya Mandir, exquisitely built by Rajasthani masons using sandstones imported from Rajasthan, took about 18 months to complete. It housed one of the finest and expensive statue of Lord Shiva, which was also imported from Rajasthan. For Sonam Pinso in Samse, Sonam Penjo, BBS News.
About 70% of medium and large class contractors monitored does not meet the requirements set by the Construction Development Board. Such mass non-compliance by over 300 contractors was found during the monitoring of office establishments of the contractors.
The Construction Development Board monitored over 450 medium and large class contractors from about 600. The rest could not be monitored as most could not be traced. Of those monitored, there were 329 contractors who did not have adequate human resources. There were over 200 contractors who did not have office establishments. Over 150 contractors had no signboards. Some contractors had also changed their address without the notice of the board.
If a contractor doesn't have an office, a construction firm, it should be considered as a company with full staff, office, equipments, everything. But we see that many contractors don't have offices and they don't maintain proper payrolls of their staffs, or they don't have any staffs. And if there are no engineers, work cannot be carried out properly. There should be site monitoring, site quality control, quality assurance, and without an engineer, I think all those cannot be done.
The contractors will be given 6 months to fulfill the requirements. Failing to do so, they will be downgraded or denied renewal of registration certificates. Chetan Dubchu, PBS News.
Compared to 2014, Bhutan moved 3 positions up in last year's Corruption Perception Index. Of the 168 countries listed, Bhutan has been ranked as the 27th least corrupted country. The report was released on Wednesday by the Transparency International, a global civil society organization that fights against corruption. Also, among the SAARC member countries, Bhutan is at the top. The Anti-Corruption Commission said this has been achieved due to strong political will and relentless efforts of its staff. The country's first pair of wind turbines, which will electrify 300 households, were inaugurated on Tuesday. The project is an effort to enhance the energy security in the country by diversifying the energy supply by promoting alternative renewable energy technologies.
Prime Minister Sring Topge inaugurated the first pilot wind power project in Rubisa village under Wangdi. Ministers for Economic Affairs and Health also attended the ceremony. It took 18 months for the Department of Renewable Energy under the Economic Affairs Ministry to install the turbines. Each wind turbine produces 300 kilowatt of energy, enough to power 150 households throughout. An official from the Department of Renewable Energy said it has become a matter of urgency for the country to make appropriate investments in other alternative renewable energy due to rising energy demand, growing import of fossil fuels, risk of resilience on single electricity source, and impending threats of climate change.
We are in the process of actually identifying what is the potential that we have in the country, because our interest is to actually diversify our energy supply mix, because so far we had been dependent solely on hydropower, so we need to diversify that. And on the other hand, what we are doing is we are trying to actually equip ourselves with all the record experiences so that we are actually ready to take up a larger project.
The pilot project has been developed to demonstrate the technical feasibility of generating wind power that will alleviate the power shortage during lean season. The 177 million Nilton worth project was funded by the Asian Development Bank and the government. According to a study by the Department of Renewable Energy, Bhutan has the potential to produce 323 megawatt of wind energy.
The success of the first wind energy project will determine the future of wind energy in the country. With the capacity of 323 megawatt of wind energy, it seems that there will never be dearth of electricity in the country. From Wangdi Phodrang, with camera person Doju Sring, Komal Kharka for BBS News.
Tashi Wangchuk from Rangdung Higher Secondary School topped the Bhutan Higher Secondary Education Examination. A science stream student, he scored 88.25%. Chitrim Yangden from Mongar Higher Secondary School topped Commerce stream with 86.25%. In arts category, the first place went to Ishilham from Uken Academy with 83.25%. With 77.57%, Tashidoji from Taksi topped the Language and Culture Studies Certificate examination. A press release from the Bhutan Council for School Examination and Assessment says the overall pass percentage is 88.99%, which is a slight decrease compared to 2014. Close to 10,000 students from 52 higher secondary schools appeared for the examination. With increasing population and being a transit town along the East-West Highway, the amount of waste produced in Bumthang is increasing every year. However, the Dzongkhag's first private waste management company, set up last year, claims to address this issue.
Currently, the company Green Bhutan Waste Management is in the process of setting up a waste recycle unit at Garpang, about a kilometer away from Chamka town. Although the company is expected to officially start operation by the end of the next month, it has been collecting waste in and around the Dzongkhag since last August.
Compared to Trongsa, Bumthang produces more waste. In Trongsa, we could collect only 2 truckloads of waste in a month, but here we collect that in just a week. There is a lot of illegal dumping happening in Bumthang, so we collect waste from such sites. I think this practice is due to increasing population. Also, it is important to keep Bumthang clean because it is a major tourist destination.
She said they also collect waste from all 4 geoks of Bumthang and plans to take over the management of municipal waste. She has already written to the Dzongkhag municipal. Dzongkhag architect Sring Tendrup said they are yet to decide on outsourcing waste management in the Dzongkhag. However, he agreed such an initiative will help encourage people segregate waste and increase lifespan of the landfill site. He also said with limited infrastructure, collecting waste, especially from the geoks, is a major concern. Meanwhile, apart from a recycling unit, Green Bhutan Waste Management also plans to have a composite pit to produce and market fertilizers from degradable wastes. For Komal Kharga in Bumthang, Sonam Mugen, BBS News.
The former Thimphu Trompe Kiledoji wins a second term in office. The lone Trompe candidate got 2,107 yes votes, including 3 postal ballots and 150 no votes. Thimphu has 7,278 registered voters. He has promised the city another expressway across Wanchu, which would connect Chambadu with Depsi. The new Thimphu Trompe elect holds a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from India and master's from Canada. The new Gelifu Trompe elect is 41-year-old Tikaram Kafle from Jampling constituency. He secured 317 votes. He has a master's degree in technology from Bhopal University in India. He was working as the executive engineer with the Gelifu Trompe before resigning to contest in the election. He was in the civil service for 15 years. The Trompe candidate, Sring Nobu, got 206 votes while Harkak Bahadur Gurung secured 135 votes. Gelifu Trompe has 1,121 registered voters. 38-year-old Uttar Kumar Rai from Nedra constituency is the new Phunsuling Trompe elect. He secured 248 yes votes and 239 no votes. It was a narrow win with only a difference of 9 votes. He was the lone candidate contesting for the post of Trompe after the former Trompe Chetandoji was disqualified for having a valid trade license. The voter turnout is over 62%, which means 487 people cast their votes. There are no postal ballots. The Phunsuling Trompe has 776 registered voters. The second phase of the second local government elections will be held in June this year. Except for 10 geoks, this phase will cover all remaining.
With the successful conduct of local government elections in 3 Thomdes, the Election Commission has urged all interested candidates to prepare necessary papers required for the upcoming elections.
가치의 개체디 최초 배소 탑로 대작돌 연속이 가들래 릴라시엔이 딱지디 지다 시백이 난케날로 되고린 탑이 이세 아니지 되데날로 자마야 또나.
The elections for vacant posts for Thokpas in Gelifu and Phunsuling Thomdes will be held in the second phase. The Commission is also prepared to conduct elections for the remaining 17 Thomdes during this phase, but it is not certain whether it will be conducted in all 17. The third phase will be held in July this year. It will cover the 5 gearworks. For the remaining 5, elections will be conducted during the fourth phase in November. The Commission has allocated about 275 million Newton for local government elections this year. Chetan Dupchu, PBS News.
For greater transparency and accountability in managing fuel budget, Economic Affairs Ministry launched the e-receipt facility at Lungten Zampa fuel station in Thimphu.
Unlike in the past, vehicle owners will now be issued electronically generated money receipts for every refuel. Economic Affairs Minister Nobuanchu said, apart from improving service delivery, e-receipt will help resolve and handle disputes arising on account of fuel adulteration and use of improper weights and measures reported in some fuel stations.
Our economy imports about 8.5 billion worth of fuel. And this fuel are used mostly in hydropower projects. They are also used significantly in government transport system. They are also used in corporations and also used by private sector as well. Now there is this issue of whether this fuel are used efficiently, transparently and truthfully. Now with this e-receipt system where the receipt is generated by the machine itself, it will facilitate transparent use, efficient use of the fuel, truthful use of the fuel. So this is going to help our economy a lot.
Similar system has also been initiated in fuel stations of Phinsiling, Wadi and Paro. It will soon be implemented across the country. Tashodan, BBS News.
Works to construct a motorable bridge over Mangdishu in Digala Chowk of Shemgang began in 2011. But 5 years since, the bridge is still far from completion.
The 115-meter-long bridge at Rindigang in Pardo Gewuk was supposed to be complete by early 2013. Although it is part of the upcoming 770-megawatt Chamkarchu hydropower project at Digala, the bridge will equally benefit about 140 households of Langdarbi, Digala and Kalamti villages under Pardo Gewuk. It will connect Kalamti and Digala villages to Gumphu Panbang Highway. For now, they use the suspension bridge to get across. Office of the Department of Roads in Tingtibi said the construction was delayed due to a crack on foundation of the left bank.
Foundations level crack
While digging the foundation, we found some cracks. Also, we needed to dig another 1 meter and redesign the laying of foundation. This took time. Moreover, there were financial constraints, so it was delayed by 2 years. In 2015, the department took over the works since the contractor refused to carry it out with the same contract amount. So by the end of this month, the foundation works will be complete.
The bridge is being constructed at an estimate cost of more than 150 million Newton. Compiled for Pema Samdrup in Shemgang, Sringzam, BBS News.
The persisting sewage problem of Kuruthang town in Punakha will see its end by early next year. Works to construct the town sewage treatment plant are in full swing.
The project saw the light of the day almost 15 years after the town was first planned. It is being constructed below Kuruthang town on a 50 decimal land. As of now, almost 60% of the works are complete. Without a sewage treatment plant, wastewater overflowing along the main street is what has been ailing the Kuruthang town for a couple of years now.
Residents of Kuruthang have a small septic tank, so when it becomes full, most of them keep it open and overflowing during the night time. We do provide vehicle to empty their septic tanks. but at times we are not able to do so on time. So maintaining hygiene in the town became challenging.
Once complete, the treatment plant will benefit about 60 households of Kuruthang town.
The biggest problem here is sewage treatment. When people from outside, especially tourists, visit the town, the foul smell is not so welcoming. We are grateful to the Kuruthang municipal for implementing the project because as of now, we have to hire a vehicle from them every month to empty our septic tanks. And it is an expensive affair. We need to hire a vehicle from the municipal to empty the septic tanks. At times, the truck breaks down, which hampers timely emptying of the tanks. The septic tanks get filled within 2 to 3 months and it was a problem having to empty it every time. So we are happy a treatment plant is coming up soon.
The 18-month project began in June last year and municipal officials say it is expected to be complete before time. The 47 million near-term worth plan is funded by the Government of India through a proposal submitted to the Gross National Happiness Commission. Compiled for Chunidema, Tringdema Galson, BBS News.
Well, that's all we have for this week. Join us next week, same time and same channel. Thank you for now.